show, would you please welcome me, the legend, Mr. Lenny Beige!
Well, my hair is blow dried rigid and I wear rings of solid gold. My mother's in a hospice, that's because she's very old. I've got a Rolls Royce in my driveway with velvet covered seats. Who wonderfully hi-fi to hear my favorite beats. I'm Lenny Beige. I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you. I'm Lenny Beige and I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you. Well, my suits are tailor finished by a man in Savile Row. I spent 4 hours on the sunbed to achieve my reddish glow. Got a villa on the East Coast, a penthouse in the sky. If you care to doubt me, you'll be eating humble pie. I'm Lenny Beige, and I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you. I'm Lenny Beige, and I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you. I'm Lenny Beige, I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you. I'm Lenny Beige, I'm on stage and I can't help but entertain you.
Welcome. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Yes. I am indeed Lenny Beige, all right. The hardest working man in show business and an entertainment legend for nearly 3 decades. Now, I don't need television to aid my glittering career. I need television only in the same way as the Great White Shark needs David Attenborough. The Andromeda Galaxy needs Patrick Moore, or the Tony Hart needs Morph. I would still be a magnificent spectacle without it. Well, I'm doing this show because I am told there are still some small, dank pockets of the great British public who haven't had the chance to witness Lenny Beige close up in his natural environment. Roaming free on the lush uplands of the celebrity plateau like some wildebeest of wit. The Lion King of light entertainment, ready to pounce on the antelope of amateurism. So come with me now as I lead you forth from the Kalahari of Kaka toward the Serengeti of show business, where you are going to meet some of my tribe, and some of them are a very dire tribe indeed. Firstly, my minder and driver, Mr. Charlie Beige. That's V-A-D-G-E. We call him the bard of the tribe because, well, he shakes the spears.
Shut it, you donut!
A man so stupid he even failed his blood test. But come with me now as I introduce you to some more of my camp followers, and some of them strike me as very camp indeed. Firstly, here sitting at the head of my family is my mother, Sadie Beige, the kosher chicken giblet queen of white chocolate. A woman so old she was a waitress at the Last Supper. We need to get the camera in very tight here, because this is my... You're very lovely, my darling. This is my daughter, Naomi. And please, do not laugh at her lazy eye, as this only draws attention to this terrible affliction. She's very sensitive. My brother, my manager, Sammy Beige. And my new special friend, Cham Lin.
No, Insuk.
Yeah, whatever, lovely lady. Now, we all have our cross to bear, and I'm no exception. He makes me very cross, and I can't bear him. Please give him a big hand, preferably around the back of the head. My son, Nathan Beige. Well, Nathan spends his days cocooned under a dubiously stained duvet, and his nights spinning house garage techno flip-flop records in dank basements to wide-eyed, jaw-locked children. But occasionally, he will spin a long player by some young group or other that tickles the Beige fancy. The Hampstead Village People are just such an act. Now, they are a rap act, and I know. There's always something missing in rap music. Comprehensible lyrics, a tune, and possibly even a consonant from the beginning of the word. But here to prove you wrong, to win you over, please welcome a lovely bunch of young lads, the Hampstead Village People. Yeah.
We don't live in no ghetto, you won't find us losing. The only crime we're gonna pull's a drive-by schmoozing. I may not be cold, but I sure am mean. I'm the baddest dude in Golders Green. Oi, babe, oi, babe, oi, babe, oi, babe, oi, babe, oi, babe, oi, babe. Sabbath night fever, but we know how to chew it. Girl, you're so cute. Girl, you're so fine. I'd love you if you were from Palestine. You'll need waterproof knickers when you're out with me, 'cause I'm gonna get you wetter than the Red Sea. So take off your skirt, roll down your tights. I'm gonna take you up to the Golan Heights. I'm gonna woo you with my words and melt you with my melodies. I wanna get into your unoccupied territories. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen, to my left. Yes, please give up for Nathaniel from the West Bank. Give it up for Nat West Bank. Ladies to my right, MC Shine Luck. And has he got a pound of flesh for you?
You gotta get hip, girls. You gotta get wise. You gotta get with the guys who are circumcised. If you ask me what's painful, I'll say, who knows? I was a kid at the time. It's no skin off my nose. I'm a high-class dude, but I'm a bit of a top, and I'm a bargain too. I got 10% off. I got the body of Samson and the mind of Hegel. I got what it takes to fill a hole in your bagel. Oh, babe. Come on. Oh, babe. Come on. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. Oi, babe. And that's it, girls. I hope you got the message. You gotta get a taste of our kosher love sausage! Yeah! Thank you very much! Fantastic! Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. Thanks, Lenny.
People! A very special act. Straight from the mother-infested battlefields of the hoodless hood, where the streets are not so much mean as just financially aware. Believe it or not, I too came from a very harsh background, and I too had a companion back then to help me claw my way from the heartless promenades of the East Anglian Riviera. His name, Francisco Stanislavski, better known as Frankie Tan. My partner in the double act with which I made my name. This is our story.
Hans Danson. It really doesn't get any better than this. This town nestles on the East Anglian Riviera like a golden cashew in a cheap bag of monkey nuts. I have in my hand the Hunstanton Celebrity Tour Guide. And beyond the Fison's fertilizer factory in the distance is where little Keithy Chegwin used to coax Snorkel Parker children into swapping their battered and unwanted toys on the swap shop in '78. It is rumored that Jilly Cooper keeps a cottage here on the Esplanade from which he wants to escape from sexually charged up polo players. The magnificent two-star Morovia Hotel. It is said it was here that Benjamin Britten had his first ever homosexual encounter. As I stand here on this desolate spot, I feel alone. And in many ways, I am alone. Alone at the top of the light entertainment ladder. There's little company for us few on the top rung, except perhaps Jones, Bassey, and maybe Barbara Dixon. Like some crazy circular game of snakes on ladders, this point, in front of the old Hunstanton Alhambra, also marks the bottom rung before my ascent to the summit of show business. Ah, yes, beige and tan, the fawny funsters. Great days, great days. Together we took the East Anglian Riviera by storm, and we went all the way to the very top of our profession.
Can I be frank with you? I'll tell you what, Len. My wife is so ugly that to look at her face, you'd think her hobby was standing on rakes. Yeah. I took her to the haunted house the other day. She came out with a paycheck. Of course she's ugly. She's ugly even in Braille. Yeah. They say that she's uglier than sin. Yeah. And sin is suing.
In 1976, we won the McFisheries-sponsored Silver Haddock Award for the most hilarious use of a soda siphon in a comedy routine. We'd have scooped that noble fish again in 77 if Tan's head had not become bloated with success and his belly flooded with cheap liquor.
I had to get out. Tan was stifling me. And it was on this very spot that I told him the phony funsters were at an end, as I climbed into the luxury car that would whisk me off to the LWT studios for a Russell Harty recording. He took it well, and I'm sure that it was the Jeroboam of Archer's peach wine rather than my news which caused him to bring up his Ginster's meat slice all over my Revell basket weave loafers. But that is history.
And this is the present. And my present to my old double act partner is the chance for a new lease of life. And for any TV casting directors watching, there's a great episode of Sharp's Rifles on the other side. Just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, and please take him, Mr. Frankie Tan.
Chuckle with me. Join my veiny world. Can I be frank with you? Right. Here. Here. Can I be frank with you? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, I had a terrible time coming over here tonight. Yeah. The train, it derailed outside Purley. Well, I've never driven one before. Here, can I be frank? Here, sir, you'll identify with this. Isn't it annoying, right, when the prostitutes never actually look like the picture on the phone box card, eh? It's funny because it's true, isn't it? It happens to all of us. Can I be frank with you? All right, here, I'll tell you what really gets my goat. Is this shepherd I know, he's very reliable. Thank you. I tell you, you know what it's like when you're alone at home in your bedsit and you sort of bound and trussed yourself up really tight, put a tennis ball in your gob, and you've inhaled your butyl nitrate, and at the point of asphyxiation, the bloody doorbell rings, eh? It's happened to all of us, eh? It's funny, because it's our lives, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. I'll tell you something really funny. This will make you laugh. It's funny, right? When you're in a successful double act, teetering on the brink of becoming superstars, and you're offered the warm-up spot on Lorraine Chase's new television series, the Luton Airport Laughter Show. And then, your partner pisses off in the middle of the night, doesn't he? Does a 7-week cruise with the bleeding grumbleweeds. He's Mr. Showbiz, belting out the songs at the Palladium. And I'm Mr. Wimpy, handing out leaflets at the Arndale Centre. Yeah, I was frank with you. Music, come on. Smile, cheer, wipe away a tear. Come and titter with me. It's a sadder world. Yeah, death will be a blessed release. Watch my life ebb away. Oh, bollocks. No.
Well, join me in 2.5 minutes for a guaranteed tan-free second half when I will be further unveiling wonders from the world of beige. Which of the following celebrities is the Jew? Sharon Davis, the swimmer. David Wilkie, the swimmer. Or David the Schwimmer from Friends? Jew who? Find out after the break.